Welcome to our Asian Star Trend channel. Today we have the following news, hope you and your friends follow along. Marriage conflict revealed. Feng Shaofeng's mother broke down in tears and talked about Zhao Liying, who was filming 28 days after giving birth and hadn't been home for half a year. Title, A Mother's Tears, the emotional confession behind a celebrity divorce. On March 11, 2025, an emotional interview clip of Feng Shaofeng's mother went viral, rocketing to the top of trending lists across Chinese social media. For the first time, the woman behind the scenes of one of China's most talked about celebrity marriages opened her heart and her sorrow on camera, choking back tears. Feng's mother revealed a private anguish surrounding the divorce of her son and beloved actress Zhao Liying. Her voice trembled as she spoke of the hopes she had placed in their union, hopes not just for happiness, but for healing, for legacy, for love in the whirlwind world of stardom. The interview veered between heartbreak and bitter realism. At one moment, her raw emotion silenced the room. The next, a dry, almost humorous remark slipped out, famous louder than love these days, offering a poignant, if ironic, glimpse into the pressure cooker behind every glamorous photo. Yet beneath the drama and spotlight, what viewers found was something startlingly familiar: a mother, caught between love for her child and the helplessness of watching dreams unravel. Her candor struck a chord, turning gossip into something deeper, a reflection on relationships, expectations, and the cost of keeping up appearances. As the video spread, countless viewers commented not just on the celebrity couple, but on their own lives. "It reminded me of my parents," one user wrote. "Fame aside, pain is pain." In 3 tear-soaked minutes, one mother transformed a tabloid tale into a human story, one that asked, behind the headlines, who gets hurt, and who gets heard? Title, A Mother's Tears, behind Feng Shaofeng and Zhao Liying's painful divorce. On March 11, 2025, a teary interview clip featuring Feng Shaofeng's mother took the internet by storm, swiftly topping social media trends. For the first time, the matriarch behind one of China's most high-profile celebrity unions shared her heartbreak, raw, vulnerable, and utterly unfiltered. Choking back sobs, she revealed the hidden pain behind Feng Shaofeng and Zhao Liying's seemingly fairy tale romance. Her voice shook as she recalled the early days of their marriage, filled with hope and warmth, before reality cracked the illusion. Then came a revelation that stunned viewers: Zhao Liying had returned to work just 28 days after giving birth, and did not come home for 6 months. This detail, dropped almost casually, hit like a thunderclap. It exposed not just the pressures of stardom, but the silent battle between a woman's ambition and a traditional family's expectations. Feng's mother admitted she began to question Zhao's priorities. Was she chasing success, or abandoning her role as a mother and wife? The interview swung from heartbreaking honesty to sharply delivered irony. "Fame feeds millions, but love only feeds the soul," she quipped, half laughing through tears. In that moment, she wasn't just a celebrity's mother, she was every parent caught between pride and disappointment, tradition and change. Viewers weren't just entertained, they were moved, challenged. Online forums lit up with debates on modern womanhood, sacrifice, and family duty. "She said what many mothers think but never dare say," one user commented in 3 emotional minutes. This wasn't just another breakup story. It became a mirror, one that forced the public to look beyond fame and see the fragile, very human cost of love. Lost cracks in the marriage, the century-old struggle between career and family. In her emotional interview, Feng Shaofeng's mother vividly recalled the days following the birth of their son, moments that should have been filled with warmth, but instead marked the beginning of growing tension. She revealed that Zhao Liying, just 28 days postpartum, had already returned to work. For months, she didn't come home. That decision, according to Feng's mother, became the spark that ignited deeper cracks in the marriage. While the Feng family had no financial need for Zhao to rush back into the spotlight, being, as she put it, more than comfortable, Zhao's relentless drive came from somewhere else. "She's walked a hard road," the mother admitted, her tone a mix of admiration and quiet criticism. From a supermarket cashier to an A-list actress, Zhao Liying had fought for every inch of her success. That journey, born of poverty and uncertainty, had left her with an unshakable sense of urgency, a fear that if she ever slowed down, it could all disappear. And so, even in the wake of childbirth, she kept running. The mother's reflection resonated with audiences, not just for its celebrity drama, but because it laid bare a timeless conflict. Can a woman truly have it all? The fierce pursuit of success versus the quiet obligations of home. Is there a right side to choose? More than a family's heartbreak, the story has become a cultural flashpoint, reigniting debates about modern womanhood, class, sacrifice, and the unspoken toll ambition can take on love when fairy tales fracture, the emotional versus the rational. In a marriage once idolized for a time, Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng's union was seen as a modern-day fairy tale, a Cinderella story where the girl from humble beginnings marries into a wealthy, well-educated family. But behind the glittering headlines, the reality was far from magical. Their differences, once romanticized, slowly became irreconcilable. Feng Shaofeng was born into privilege, raised in a culturally rich Shanghai household where refinement, education, and stability were the norm. Zhao Liying, in contrast, carved her way upward through sheer grit, from a supermarket cashier to one of China's biggest stars. Every step was earned, not inherited. And with those paths came fundamentally different worldviews, one shaped by comfort, the other by survival. As time went on, the disparities in their upbringing and philosophies began to surface. It wasn't just career versus family, it was emotional instinct clashing with pragmatic resilience. Feng, by many accounts, is the romantic, sensitive, idealistic, drawn to warmth and connection. Zhao, though deeply passionate, has always been the strategist, focused, sharp, driven. Feng himself once praised Zhao's clarity of thought and inner strength, qualities that initially drew him in. But as the relationship wore on, those same traits became sources of distance. She always knew where she was going, he once said in an interview, even if the path didn't always include me. Their breakup was not explosive, but it was inevitable, a slow unraveling of two people who love differently, live differently, and ultimately, dream differently. And in that unraveling, a haunting question emerged: is love enough, when two hearts beat to entirely different rhythms, when emotions misalign? A sensitive husband, a rational wife, and a marriage lost in translation. At the heart of Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng's unraveling lies not just circumstance, but emotional misalignment. Feng, by nature, is deeply sensitive and emotionally expressive. Under pressure, he's been known to cry openly, craving reassurance and warmth. Zhao, on the other hand, faces life's storms with remarkable composure, a woman who meets chaos with control, never allowing emotion to dictate her next move. This difference played out behind closed doors in painful, often misunderstood ways. When Feng sought comfort from his wife, he was met with what felt like cold practicality. "Look at the child," Zhao reportedly told him once during a difficult moment, a phrase that, while rooted in responsibility, exposed a deeper rift in how the two viewed marriage and parenthood. For Feng, emotional connection was the glue. For Zhao, it was shared duty. Talk of reconciliation, a mother's change of heart sparks rumors. Yet just as the public came to terms with the finality of their split, the emotional tone of Feng's mother's interview sparked a wave of speculation. Could reconciliation be on the horizon? In a surprising turn, the same woman once seen as critical of Zhao now expressed sympathy. "My heart aches seeing her work so hard," she admitted, softening her stance in a way that suggested time had brought reflection. Rumors began to swirl. Had Feng's mother apologized to Zhao? Was she now stepping back, promising not to interfere in their personal matters? Even more tantalizing were whispers that Feng Shaofeng himself was preparing for a reunion, hoping to rebuild what had been lost, if not for love, then for the family they once dreamed of. The question now lingers in the air: is a second chapter possible, or is this simply nostalgia dressed as hope? Zhao Liying's crossroads, the relentless tug between stardom and motherhood. For Zhao Liying, the whirlwind of conflict and controversy has illuminated a painful truth: in a world that demands women have it all, she must still choose. Between career and motherhood, between selfhood and sacrifice, between the dream she's built and the role she's expected to play. She once stepped back for a full year during pregnancy, disappearing from the spotlight. But when she returned, she soared. Leading powerhouse dramas like The Wind Blows from Longxi and The Story of Xing Fu, she reclaimed her throne atop the entertainment industry, proof that her ambition had not dimmed, only deepened. And yet, every step forward comes at a cost. Whether she reconciles with Feng Shaofeng or continues as a single mother, Zhao Liying faces relentless scrutiny. Reuniting with the Feng family could mean returning to the very traditional expectations that once suffocated her. Choosing independence could invite criticism and doubt from a society still uneasy with powerful women walking alone. Her choice, whatever it may be, is more than personal. Its symbolic conclusion, a mirror of modern womanhood. Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng's marriage once shimmered like a fairy tale, but its unraveling revealed the fragility of such illusions. In truth, the clash between a career-driven woman and a traditional family isn't rare. It's a quiet storm many women face behind closed doors in China's cutthroat entertainment world. Female stars must fight twice as hard, once for their careers, and once to prove they can still be perfect mothers and wives. The burden of that double life weighs heavy. Whatever Zhao Liying chooses, her journey has already sparked something deeper, a public reckoning and a moment of reflection for every woman caught in the same impossible balance.